The rising scourge of banditry and terrorism has become more worrisome for Nigerians, and the time is now to end it. To this end, the Nigerian Air Force is set to receive 50 new aircraft to intensify the fight against banditry in the northwest and other parts of the country. Let's hear more on this from this report.
This is the first official visit of the Chief of Air Staff to Yola Government House after he assumed office. During the visit, the chief said he is on an official tour across Air Force Base in the country, as well as to thank Governor Finturi for various assistance rendered to his men. He assured the governor that the sky in Yola will witness state-of-the-art fighter aircraft in the coming days.
We are also mindful that remnants of insurgents escaping from the renewed onslaughts on their remaining enclaves in Borno and Yobe states may be considering the option of moving back to Adamawa through the border towns. In this regard, Nigerian Air Force is intensifying its aerial surveillance over the areas of interest in the state, with a view to taking decisive military actions when required to prevent the emergence of insurgent activities in the state. Let me seize this opportunity to inform Your Excellency that Nigerian Air Force is expecting delivery of 50 brand new aircraft in its inventory in the next 1.5 to 2 years. And it is my intention to station some of them right here in Yola.
The Chief of the Air Staff asked Governor Finturi to consider granting NAF waiver for payment of the annual ground rent amounting to over 644 million.
24, total a whopping sum of 644,132,000 naira.
Governor Finturi on his part commended the Nigerian Air Force for fostering collaboration with the state government and carrying out its mandate of keeping the state and country safe from security challenges.
I've observed that there is no single, even a helicopter now in Adamawa. Most of them have been moved to Borno and the northwest and other parts of Nigeria. And for us, we are still going through a lot of security challenges, and if, God forbid, today we are befallen with any security challenge, it will take hours or days before we will see a positive response.
The governor called for urgent action and the reconstruction of forward operational base in Gombe and Madigali local government areas on the hectares of land allocated to the Air Force by the state government to meet its targets.
Okay, so talking about security in Nigeria, 50 new aircraft, are being expected by the Nigerian Air Force to boost the fight against banditry and terrorism in the country. Asuko?
Yeah, this is a good one. I know we've been battling this for a very long time, and it's like it's not even going from terrorism now. We are into banditry and kidnapping, so getting about 50 aircraft, to support this operation. To me, I think there's no money that is so much for, to bring peace, provided the money is being utilized properly. So for the Nigerian Air Force to, to list, because I was looking at the list, they have 12 Bell AH-1 attack helicopter, and for this is a modern-day helicopter that is much faster. It can even engage, the enemy and all that. So it means from the top, the aerial surveillance, they can also help in terms of the helicopter can also, carry ordnance, along with it. So it means it's both for human and as well as, to attack, So with every other equipment that I saw there, I also saw like another helicopter. They have an aircraft. That one is for training of their personnel. They have another helicopter for the Augusta 108, Augusta 109 helicopter, that they can also, acquire. So, but people will say, do we have the money? Do we have the capacity, to get all these things? I know it's first bid, and then by the time there's money, you start bringing them one by one. I'm not sure they will get everything. Just that maybe that's why they are just saying 2 years. okay? So, but we need to see how we can quickly eliminate banditry in Nigeria, especially in the Northwest. The Northeast, they've been a little bit of calm in terms of how, compared to how it was, back in 2020, 2024 and the rest. But for now, what we need is to equip our military in every way possible, both in the air and also in the ground troops. But for now, we are talking about the air. And just like the Chief of Air Staff has said, as they bring these things, there will be more capacity. They have to also build the capacity, human capacity too. It means that his men will have to be trained and trained properly, so that will not have a collateral damage, at the end. So, with more equipment, with more, aircraft that is coming, we'll be able to see how we can deal with this, because the thing is getting too long, it's eating deep into, the finances of the state completely. And we shouldn't be buying equipment for us to, be dealing with internal crisis. You understand?
It ought to be for external enemies.
You understand? Enemies. Let the police handle, okay, there's a crime here, small crime left, right, and center. But now we are buying equipment to deal with crisis within ourselves. And it's a huge, it's really, really eating deep into our pockets.
Sikian, what do you say about this? Because there are those who actually ask if what we need are more equipment, or rather, is it investment in equipment or investment in humans, like human capital development, to ensure that they don't get to the point of being enemies of the state?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Where we're getting the equipment and the hard methods as well, including the aircraft, which also intensify our training of our personnel. It is very, not just training, their welfare as well. Because one thing to train somebody, you have to pay somebody, you have to motivate somebody very, very well to be able to go out. Because these are people that are ready to lay down their lives. These are people that remain awake while you and I are sleeping in the night. Not just the Air Force, the police. I have always been an advocate of the police, that the way and manner we are treating our policemen, for the military, there is far, far better than the welfare of the military are far, far better than that of the police. What an average policeman takes home and where he lives and the kind of salary he gets is nothing to write home about. And that in itself doesn't motivate. When you at times, every time we say, we see police collecting 100 naira. I'm not justifying why they do what they do. Some of them, not even some of them do what they do. But the fact is that we have to motivate them. These are people that lay their lives, put their lives on the line. They are fathers, they are mothers, they have children, that they just, before you know it, they are just eliminated, they are killed. So, but back to the Air Force, I'm happy with what is happening in the Air Force. 50, wow. Just as I was focused, you know what I said the first time when we were still talking here, I said, But for the people of Air Staff to say that they're expecting, that means some payment must have, because these are not just something to just go off the shelf and pick. No, it doesn't work that way. So some of the time, you make a request years before there can be supplies. I remember the time they talked about the Tucanos and the rest of them. Yeah. Even there was a time during the time of Goodluck. You remember what happened now? When Goodluck went to ask the U.S. government for support, air support, they refused. We have to start going to South Africa to do some black market, and the money was seized and the rest of them. So, one, it goes to show that we are winning the confidence of the foreign countries. But I also want to start thinking that we also should start looking inward on how we can be able, because there used to be a defense, what is that? DICON. There used to be a DICON. Yeah. Let me tell you, during the days of the Civil War in the 60s, Nigeria were manufacturing Obunigwe, manufacturing even some aircraft, local aircraft that were being manufactured, that were being used in the country. So what happened to all those things? But more importantly, I need to state is that it's not just equipping our military. Inter-agency cooperation is very key. Most often than not, our security agencies don't trust themselves. The Army doesn't know what the Air Force is doing. The Air Force doesn't know what the Navy is doing. Then the police, it gets worse. And the DSS, everybody wants to hold down information to themselves. And recently, I saw what happened during the rescue of those
Lebanon.
no, not live Lebanon. Let's even live Lebanon. The Kogi State University students. The police, the information that we got was, oh, the police have rescued them. Before you know it, police after issue a put, that soldiers came and took away this thing. And the next few minutes, you saw them being shown by the soldiers that were rescued. That doesn't happen. I don't care whoever did the job. The fact is that the job must be done.
So there should be a centralized.
That is why you have the office of the NSA. The office of the NSA is the coordinator. The minister is also then you have the CDS.
Chief of Defense.
The chief of defense. That is his job. Is to coordinate. Things are getting better now. Like the last regime, the minister of the came out to say these people don't even listen to themselves. They don't even listen to us. So those are the issues. Those are fundamentals. Then, importantly, is intel.
Intelligence.
We must. It's not just buy. You can buy all the equipment in the world. If you don't have the intelligence, most countries of the world now deals with intelligence. The intelligence also means that winning the confidence of the people. Winning the confidence. Army, Air Force, Navy cannot be everywhere. That is why we're talking about local policing and state policing. It is that man in the village who is sitting down that is seeing those people move, some people moving around. And I will not tell the say, sir, there are some people I'm seeing here. But will he be able to read that information? He will not be able to read it because he does not even have the confidence that the information he's going to give out will not be used against him. So so we need to win that kind of human capacity and make sure that Nigerians are ready to volunteer information that will not be used against them. Except that is done. If you like, buy the whole aeroplane in the world, we cannot achieve anything at all. Then the last part,
yes,
drone. Most countries no longer fly most of it. You see what of the United States, most of the times what they do, these small drones that do collateral. The fight going on in Ukraine and Russia. Most of the things that Ukraine is doing is not aircraft. They are drones. And I went to the exhibition at one of the Nigerian Army day. We are taking around some pavilion, myself, BKO, and one or two other people. There are so many companies in Nigeria that are producing those things. You'll be shocked. How are we putting it into? Because even the bandits are using drone. Haven't you seen the YouTube of bandits sitting in the forest and using drone to check the area and find out who and who? So those are the, but I commend this effort and I commend this government for giving the Nigerian military the necessary support to be able to succeed.
All right, and the military also has, showed appreciation to government for backing them, with the necessary.
They should reward us with results.
With results,
right? That is just it. Because he said something about intelligence. I think is very key, for us to end this banditry. Because I was saying something about the Lebanese. It was the villagers that saw white people and they said, who are these people? We don't know them. Where are they from? They started making calls, to people who can reach out to, security agencies.
And also there should be dedicated phone lines.
No, we have even said that one.
That one has it. That one,
to report these incidents.
Every time you keep seeing no Nigerian would want to put like 11 numbers on his head. No. If you have like 3-4 numbers, 911, very short. Then before you know it, the police or the
ambulance and whatever they are there at your.
So I think it's something that the present administration can pick up and then let Nigeria have a dedicated 3 numbers, whether it's 0011 or whatever, so that people can easily call security agencies.
All right, gentlemen.